Hi, my name is Lisa Boie, and your student is in my English 9 class. Just a little bit about me, my family. This is my fiance. Aaron and Alyssa are his kids from a previous relationship, so they will be my stepchildren. And this little nugget, who's now almost 5 months old, is Ella. Overview. This year we are focusing on all of the different like foundational skills that the students will need for the rest of high school. So we're going to look at narrative writing, reading. We're going to look at analysis writing and reading and argumentation writing and reading. For the narrative unit, it is a two-part unit. The first part of the unit is the first quarter, and that's when they look at short stories and they just review like narrative elements as they read and look to identify them, look at how they're being used, how they're written. They also get a closer look at people and why we do the things we do. As they finish up that unit, they will move into Of Mice and Men, where they will look at the actual writing process of a narrative. That's something that they are going to then write as well at the end of that unit. That'll be due before winter break. For unit 3 after winter break is there's an analysis unit. So they watch Romeo and Juliet, which is a starting off point for looking at analysis. They will look at some like professionally written analyses of the play and how different people view different themes and topics from the play, how they analyze those things. And then that will be a guide for them to then practice analysis as well. They will read Monster, and that will be the jumping off point for developing arguments. So they'll look at how do you develop an argument, how do you establish your point, what does that look like. In all of these units, there will be some vocabulary, there will be some grammar, obviously reading and writing as well, but then there's also speaking opportunities. They're not always formal speeches, but they'll have the opportunity to get comfortable speaking publicly. We also have the students doing some independent reading on Tuesdays and Thursdays for 10-15 minutes. It's not a long period of time because I find that that tends to be less productive, and they can read whatever they want to read for the most part. So if they want to read a short story of the textbook, which usually happens if they forget their book, any book that they've checked out from the LRC, if they want to read like a graphic novel, just something for fun for them to read. We use a lot of technology. Obviously, the last year where they were not always at school has kind of moved us in that direction. Flipgrid, Padlet, anything pretty much that Schoology friendly will be implemented at some point. I do use Schoology. I know they don't love it, but it makes it easy to use all the apps together and puts it all in one place. So they will be navigating Schoology this year. And along with that, learning responsible digital citizenship, since technology has become kind of the way of life. For this class, in terms of homework, just so you're aware, the grading policy, homework is only 5%. Most of the homework in here is ungraded. So not a lot of them, not a lot of them will be assessed or graded. But if it is graded, it'll be in that 5% category. The rest of the formatives are practice like classwork, things that we do to develop the skills. They are worth something, but they're not worth as much as the assessment, which is 70%. That's like the final, here's the skill I have. Students are allowed to redo assessments, uh, provided that they have done the formatives and that they put forth effort into the assessment. If they turn in a short story with just their name and there's no story, that would be a concern for a reassessment. However, if they turn in a story, they just missed a few marks, they were needing some more practice on some of those skills, then that would be something they could then reassess with. Just so you're aware, the unit ends all submissions for that unit. So once the window, because they get a window, it's not just one day, it'll be a range of a few days to submit the summative or the assessment final at the end of the unit. Once that window closes, everything for that unit is done. We're not going to go back and do homework or formatives from August in December. Those are there to practice the skills for the assessment. Once the assessment's already been turned in, there's no real point in practicing anymore. C means completed. So if in the gradebook you see a C, it just means I haven't graded it yet, but they did turn it in. A 0 or a blank means I don't have it. And sometimes they turn things in after I put in a C or after I put in a grade. Then they know to just email and say, hey, I turned this in, and then I'll go back and look at it. And then, of course, contact information, my email, my phone number. If you call, leave a message, it will let me know, and then I can call back. We don't really have like phones that ring. My prep periods are first, third, and seventh. Seventh, I'm in the little theater doing study hall, but they can reach me any of those times. Before school, after school, email is an easy way to reach me. But overall, I'm excited to teach freshmen. I don't teach a lot of freshmen, usually I have seniors. So this will be a fun experience, and I'm looking forward to it. And I hope they have a great year. If you have any questions, concerns, just let me know. And I will hopefully talk to you and your students again soon.